Finally back now after that break. Sorry for that without any notice or anything, but been going through a lot of stuff lately with work. Mostly just back to the grind, a lot of work, a lot of sleeping, a lot of busy shifts, with one of the slowest PCs that you could ever use. I'm so glad we're replacing these things. They're incredibly frustrating. So before we get into the request by, I think their name was funyunlover, one question I often get is, what are my personal go-to decks that I recommend using? Now keep in mind that they are all 100% completely RNG based, meaning that you cannot really break into them. Or you have to get lucky with specific UR pulls to break into them. Good example being the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I forget if this is the one that gets broken into from either Goku or Vegeta. I want to say it's the Goku one, in which case you can get SR GT Goku. In fact, let's look at that really quick. Just gonna find him. So many units now, unfortunately we won't be getting any more, it seems. There we go, it's in this group, I think. Let me take a look here. To attack and defense, so it's probably from the Vegeta then. Yeah, attack and speed. It's likely going to be the Vegeta one. Which one's in my deck? Let me see. EX21. Yeah, unfortunately you have to get lucky with getting a UR Vegeta. That specific Vegeta. Just show which one it is one more time for those who are trying to get that EX Gogeta, because I get a lot of questions about him. You need this one, 459. Make sure you get 10 of them. I'm sorry, not 10. You need 11 altogether. You need an additional 10 to make one of them 10 out of 10. Then you get it to level 99. Then you break it into EX21. And then you get him to level 99. But yeah. First things first, let's go over my personal decks that I recommend. These are all my most recommended units for a speed team. So we have Unit 295, Attack Up ODU, Speed Up ODU, and Ultimacation on every turn maxed out into attack. EX21 got 6 in attack, 2 in... I'm sorry, no, not in attack. 6 in HP, 2 in attack, 2 in speed. Attack Up ODU, Speed Up ODU, PC Up, FHP 50. More than likely, you will easily get this off because of how much HP this Gogeta has. And this can really come in clutch. I recommend using this on him. Next we have Unit 532, maxed out entirely in attack, with Attack Up ODU, Speed Up ODU, and Ultimate Gauge up turn 4. Then we have EX87. I have 6 in attack and 4 in HP. Attack Up ODU, Speed Up ODU, and PC Up of HP 50. Same reason as the Gogeta. Lots of HP, can easily make use of that even with ODU skills. And then finally Gamma 2. I used the attack one. I did use the speed one for a bit, but I just like how much harder this one hits. And by that point to where I'm putting him on the field, more often than not, I'm easily outspeeding the enemy. So it doesn't hurt to use the attack version. Attack Up ODU, Speed Up ODU, and Ultimacation on every turn. And then for my defensive team that I recommend, figure 205, I duped him entirely into HP. You can do half and half in HP and attack if you want, put it all into attack, do what you want. I personally like having him healthy and stay around as long as possible, because that means you get to make the enemy that much weaker. With 80 of second, defensive second 2, and FHP cure HP for the L. Next we have 655. You can use the defense version. He's really not going to hit as hard, though. And he doesn't have a whole lot of defense on the attack version. You can easily mitigate that with the damage reduction that you'll be getting from Goku and Vados. And he'll be stacking defense when you put him back on the field later. But anyway, max entirely into attack. Defensive second 2, and MHP cure of HP for the L. Final form Frieza, mixed entirely into attack, with attack of second 2, defensive second 2, and HP cure of HP for the L. Next we have Toa, maxed out into attack. Attack up second 2. Defensive second 2 and ultimate gauge up turn 4. Reason I do that is because, well, look at her ultimate. You really don't need the healing skill on her. And it's probably a lot better to have this on instead. And then we have Vados, maxed entirely into HP, with attack up second 2, defensive second 2, and HP carry with the L. Now, she's not going to be on the field forever, in most cases, but while she's on there, you may as well at least have her hit harder and get stronger. And if you're in like a worst case scenario, you can always put her back on the field or keep her on the field longer if you wish to. Now, strategies for how I usually run either deck. For the speed one, I'll usually start by placing Videl in the bottom middle, and then I'll put Gogeta in the upper right and Janemba in the upper middle. Because if anything happens to Janemba, he'll more than likely live. He's getting boosted, and then second turn, instead of Janemba, I'll put down the Vegito, so then he's out there with Gogeta and Videl. Turn 3, I take Videl off, I put Gamma 2 in the bottom right, and I can usually get away with doing just Gamma 2, Gogeta, and Vegito for the rest of the match. And then play accordingly. And for this strategy, turn 1, I'll put down Super Saiyan 4 Goku with Gohan in front of him, and Vados in the upper right. Turn 2, I'll take off Gohan and put Frieza in the bottom right, just in case, because you don't want your opponent getting an ultimate gauge all the way up. So then, Frieza's on the field with Goku and Vados at that point. Turn 3, I'll actually take off Vados, in case anything might be happening to her by that point. Gohan's already pretty healed up. You put Goku in the upper right, Gohan in the upper middle, and Frieza in the bottom right. You keep doing that until you get an ultimate off with Toa, pretty much. In which case you would briefly remove the Gohan and play accordingly. You can really do whatever you want to at that point. Match should be over by then. Finally, getting into the deck by funyunlover. Sorry, I know that was a lot to go over. Got a really interesting deck here. One that we really don't see too very often at all. So we have Perfect Cell, Unit 534, maxed out entirely in attack, with attack ability, speed ability, and ultimate gauge down every turn. Next we have Final Form Frieza, the speed one, maxed out entirely into attack, with attack ability, speed ability, and ultimate gauge down every turn. Next we have Tapion, Unit 601, maxed entirely into attack, attack ability, speed ability, and ultimate gauge down every turn. And then next we have Vados, maxed entirely into attack, with attack ability, speed ability, and ultimate gauge on every turn. Finally, for some reason, he has to use this SR, Gohan, with all dupes into attack, attack ability, speed ability, ODU, and ultimate gauge down every turn. And let me just make sure I read the figure number correctly. Hold on. Pretty sure it was that. Let's see, was it that one? Yes, it was. It was 136. And I already got the fights picked out. So first we have free battle number 9. One thing I don't like about the deck, right off the bat, is how there isn't any coverage on the back middle. And the other thing is the, why is there an SR Gohan here? Wouldn't it make more sense to use the Super UR version of him? Wouldn't that get stronger as you lose allies? Just a thought. Or even someone to cover the back middle, like Videl. Though, I get what he's going for here. He's wanting to boost the ever-living crap out of Tapion and Cell, pretty much. So I'm thinking turn 1 we'll go ahead and we'll do this. And it's actually not a bad idea to have Vados in this case, because the deck is kind of squishy. I don't know why I was trying to go second there. Force of habit, I suppose. So this Cell, he's really outclassed by this point, I would say. He really doesn't do enough damage. There are far better options, I think. instant examples would be the Gogeta and the Vegito I just went over in my speed deck. By the way, on my speed team, chances are you're never going to use the ult with them, but it's there in the event that the match drags out long enough. I've never once been able to get that ult off with that team. It's that ridiculous. Also, let me make sure that the volume is correct on this. Yes, it is. Good. Good. So then you can actually hear me. And now I'll go ahead and take off autos. You know, we'll go ahead and we'll do that. He can go over here. Good. Because I would rather protect Frieza, personally. I feel like he's far more valuable, being able to completely screw over the opponent from using an ult. So now Sun's hitting harder, but it's really not that much harder. Then Gohan, yep, definitely dead. Jesus Christ, I didn't expect them to deal that much. Unfortunate, my master's taking quite a bit. But luckily, we got an ultimate gauge all the way up, so we're using that now. And just in case, let's get Vados out here. Because I am ulting with Frieza. Now, Tapien's gonna lose some HP here, but that's fine because I got Frieza ulting and I'm outspeeding. So I really don't feel too threatened to the point where I need to put him behind Vados. As I thought. Clean sweep. Tapien should deal a decent amount here. Not a bad first matchup. It's pretty much over at this point. Let's see, where does he go? Alright, so we'll just do this again. Doesn't matter at this point. I forgot we had another Buhan unit, like, ages ago. Just one that wasn't a UR. And if memory serves correctly, he's really not that good. In fact, let's go and take a look at him. Even though I'm pretty sure I don't have a maxed version of him on hand. Let's see, where is he? There he is. 30% to own damage dealt, and minus 10 to own damage taken each time after defeating an opponent. So you have to rely on defeating opponents with him, basically. And he's an SR only. Pretty meh, I would say. Alright, next we got 38. And if I sound stuffy at all, it's because, yes, I'm unfortunately sick right now. I've got a cold. It's been bugging me so much that I unfortunately had to call out of work early tonight. I really should be in bed. But I'm going to rush through these next couple of battles here so I can go lay down. Alright, first things first, Cell again. And then why not? We'll go ahead and put, actually, no, I think Gohan's the only one that can go back there. And then Vados. I got shafted on the wheel, but luckily it's the one that has 300 all the way at the end. Finally, he gets a counterattack. Perfect. That should be a kill, I think. Yeah. Alright, good. Just making sure everything's good. I really should have done that before starting to record, honestly, but we're here now, so screw it. Dragon Fist. My bad, Super Dragon Fist. Oddly, the super one is, well, the super and not the ult. And then we'll go ahead and leave Gohan by himself again, because, again, Frieza would much rather the opponent doesn't get an ult attack up. Don't want that. Really don't want that. Take the 290. More than enough to outspeed anyways. Coincidentally, this Gohan has a couple of future Gohan of his own. Perfect. Another counter. There's no way he kills here. By the way, if you see the HUD glitching out like that, that's not me. That has something to do with on the dev's end. I really don't know what causes it. It could just be a bad PC port, because the PC port is really not perfect. To give you an example, when I turn enhanced graphics on, it makes the water in the underwater lake look like shit. Like one of those really old knobs with TVs with knobs on them. There's a bunch of lines in it, and it looks even worse in motion. Also, I still can't find a fix for it, like, at all anywhere. Every now and then on the PC port, you will experience very random, subtle and brief periods of slowdown, and there's no way to fix it. It's annoying. Other than that, it's still the superior port. For mods and tools and the like. Okay, he goes there and there. We're ulting with Frieza, so I think we're safe to do this again. Freaking nose, dude. It's definitely allergy season. Sucks. And I think Frieza actually kills here. Close. Alright, enough. Jesus, Goku's already dead. And then for our last fight, we got number 47. Whoopsie. There we go, Pycon. Now, Pycon here is actually decently threatening, so might struggle a little bit here. We'll have to see. Because look at that, he has the Janemba, he's got the EX Gogeta, he's got freaking Godku, he's got this Vegeta. Could be in trouble here. Definitely placing the Vados down turn 1. Would not surprise me if Gogeta cleaned her clock like right off the bat, because that Gogeta's nuts. But I'm happy as long as I can get rid of the Blue Evolution Vegeta here, because he's a serious threat by himself. There's some slowdown right there, that's a good example. It even happens in Hero Colosseum. I think Vados dies here. Yeah, unfortunate. And that was with a 30% damage mitigation. That's how ridiculous that Gogeta is. Oh, Christ. Wait, which figure number is it? Okay, well, it doesn't say, but it's definitely the attack version, I can tell. From the HP and the position and whatnot. Let's actually take you off. And do this. Okay, my master may have actually just died here. If I'm lucky, though, which I'm not, I take out his master first. I might just barely live. Damn. Can put all his energy into that battle grunt. Or was it Kyle? I think it was actually Kevin. You know, I'm curious. We're gonna look that up in a sec here. Assuming I don't die here. Okay, I will live. Barely. Let's look that up really quick. Let's see, Gohan, dub, actor. Kyle Herbert, that was it. Kyle Herbert. Luckily we get an ult, so we auto-win here. Rest in peace, Vados. Oh, that's right. It's the UR Janamba. He's gonna live on 1 HP. The deck actually did a lot better than I thought it was going to, but Cell's still definitely outclassed, I would say. And there are better options to use, I think, than the Gohan and the Tapion. Other than that, still decent. And why not as a bonus? I'll go ahead and I'll show what my personal go-to decks can do on the hardest free battle in the game. It's actually not even fair. Alright, Vidal. Janemba. Gogeta. Now, the only way I'm going to lose here, which is another reason why I put out Janemba first, by the way, is if I get shafted on the speed wheel. That's a one-shot. And he's not even boosted yet, and he's dealing that much. Another one-shot. Not even maxed out entirely into attack, and he's dealing that much. Though part of it for both of them was, of course, thanks to Vidal here and the ODU skills. My master's going to take a bit here. Ouchie. Alright, turn 2. Remove Janemba for Vegito. And we're killing 2 more units just by doing that. Still plenty of speed to work with. One shot. Goodbye. Over 12k already on turn 2. Another one shot. Almost 8.5k. That's all the nuts Vidal can get. Vegeta will do like... Oh, really? He got less than Vidal. Never mind. Then again, she has been on the field longer with ODU skills, so that actually makes sense. But what is good about the Vegito is every turn he's increasing his attack by an additional 500. It's not every other turn like the Gogeta here. And he's making himself faster. That turn only, but still. And now we'll just kill the Master. We don't even need to worry about Gamma 1. I will gladly abuse this. I don't need it. It's the thing, but still. I think Gogeta just kills here. Over 12k. I'm telling you, this Gogeta's nuts. Alright, next I want to show you what the defensive deck can do along with the Goku. Because he's really, really good. Alright, first turn. Goku, Gohan, Vados. Now, expect Gohan to take a lot of damage when you're putting him on the field like this in front of a unit that ignores defense. But thankfully, Vados will be able to help mitigate a lot of that. Vados takes peanut damage. As does my master. Not a one-shot, but oh well. He'd have been dead either way with the Gohan attacking. Alright, next turn 2. Want to make sure that they can't get an ult off, so put down the Frieza. Now, unfortunately, that's another unit who ignores defense. This is going to get Vados pretty low, and then she'll have to heal. If I leave her out on the field after that, chances are she could die. To one of the Vegito. Christ. And zap. I'll gladly take that. We take those here. Not the hardest hitting unit, but that's not why you're using Vados. You're using her for opposing skill. It's one of the best in the game. She would do well on any team, pretty much. And now we're not going to risk it. We're going to put out Goku and put back out Gohan. Because he's plenty healthy. And Frieza here is really the only thing preventing them from getting an ultimate attack off, so you want to keep him safe. But the good thing about this deck is that you won't really have to worry about anything happening to Frieza with all the damage mitigation. And the defense boosts and whatnot. I've never had that issue come up. So you won't have to worry too much about things like Few and Corrupted Zamasu. Or half-corrupted Zamasu. Now look at that, we're on turn 3 and he's already dealing over 8k. And he's fully duped in HP. That's part of why I do that. I like having a healthy unit that can deal obnoxiously high damage. And the Master's already down because he didn't put in anyone to, like, defend himself. And there you go, that's my go-to decks in action. Now, had I gotten to ult the next turn, I would have used Toa instead of the Gohan to heal up and really just finish the game from there. Well, that's going to do it for the submission by funyunlover, and I'm going to go and get some rest here. Hopefully you feel better in a little while here, and get back to work. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.